Get involved now. Be on the right side of history. Be on the side of good. Wear the white hat. It's your chance to be involved in human history.
You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker.
I have no idea where it's
Oh, there's another one. Another plane just hit.
I have no idea where it's
Oh, there's another one. Another plane just hit.
behind bars here in New York City. He is facing sex trafficking charges. NBC News.
Have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. When we are successful, and we will be, and we will be.
Decide with side. Welcome back. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so there's no other way to go about it. The economy is going to hell. Let's just put that on the table right now. And it's not so funny now, is all I'm saying. I mean, I know I'm kind of smiling, but it's not so funny now to all those people who, when you would bring this up, people would literally laugh at me. When I told somebody, hey, there's gonna be a civil war coming, this one bitch literally went, ah, like that, like rolled her whole head backwards, like almost snapped her neck. But and she was cheating on her husband too, is all I'm gonna say. But anyways, so yes, basically, everybody knows the economy is bad now. Everybody knows. It's not just the executives. It's not just people in the finance world. It's not just your bankers. It's, the person at McDonald's, car mechanic, preacher. Everybody knows. It's like in your face now. Gasoline. You already know where that's at. The shortages of baby formula, which why would you be feeding your kids, corn syrup disguised as baby formula? But that's another story. Housing super expensive, even though now it's starting to crash, and that's kind of like the big news of the moment is the housing market bubble. It looks like it's popped. I think that's the consensus. Prices have been falling for a couple months now. The demand has definitely fallen, and it's starting to look like 2008 all over again, which, as that started with the housing bubble popping. Except, of course, things are much, much worse now because, back then, I guess these people didn't have as much control as they do have now. It's been 14 years and a lot has changed. They've done a lot of damage, printed a lot of money, that wasn't being printed out before. And man, it's just things are gonna get bad. I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it anymore because you need to wake up. You need to have somebody telling you, yeah, shit is gonna get real. And we've been saying this for a long ass time. Me personally, for about like 2 years. Go back, go Decide What Side on Rumble, and on YouTube, Blessing 777. You will see it there. In fact, let me put my banner up here. Give me a second. I told you there's no production team. We don't have anybody on the payroll except me. So gotta be patient while I take care of things. Yes. Dang, what was I saying? I hate the left. man, it's just like now we've got all these leftists and the SJWs and the pedophiles literally disguised as transgenders, but you know they're really pedophiles coming out in the open. And the election got stolen. It's just and don't expect it to get any better. We definitely haven't reached rock bottom yet. You know, um, yes. So let me get back on topic with some of these headlines. This is what's going on today. This is America 2022, and have y'all noticed those food production facilities keep getting blown up? And now there was this natural gas plant that got blown up in Houston just a couple of days ago. So I don't know what it is, but for some reason, a lot of critical infrastructure is being destroyed. Supposedly it's all accidentally and there's no cause or reason. That's the official story for like every single one of them. Is it people burning stuff to get the insurance money, like gallery furniture did in Houston back in like 2008? I don't know, or what's going on. And I've heard some people say, uh, you know, Democrat Antifa. I don't know who these people have. Democrat activists. I mean, this is a communist takeover, and all communist takeovers are basically the same. They do these kind of things. They do uh, terrorist acts to, you know, what's it called? Push their agenda forward. And their plan, like I said, is basically high tech communism. So think about communism as basically feudalism, medieval times where there's the king, there's a couple rich people, and everybody works for the rich people. And you don't own anything. They just give you some food to keep so you can not die and keep making food for them. That's the real model. That's where this is going. And in many ways, they're like already halfway there. Especially considering people are so dumb and asleep at the wheel. You know, where's it going? Man, I'm sorry if I get out of topic here, but okay, let me just read all these headlines right now, in no particular order. This is just let me just lay it out here. Wholesale prices rise 10.8% in May, near a record annual pace. Property values fall across U.S. Europe on bite from inflation. Chicago officials urge monkeypox precautions at summer gatherings. Ukraine has begun moving sensitive data outside its borders. That's because the word is that they have blackmail stored there from all these globalists. They're saying that the Khazarian mafia, the globalist bloodlines, come from these parts of the world. Khazari, I don't know, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, that area. And I mean, all these top politicians have like money laundering deals there. Like, Hunter Biden was getting like 83,000 a month from this natural gas firm where he was on the board. Did he know the language? No. Did he know about natural gas energy? No. But he had that job. Amazon to begin Prime Air drone delivery in first city. Texas power grid demand to hit record high at mid sweltering summer heat. And I'm in Texas, and I can tell you, yes, it's super hot. They must have cranked up the weather machines. Literally, I mean, they can modify the weather now. That's fact. That's mainstream science. That's like mainstream info. There, you shouldn't be surprised at that. Like for the World Cup in Qatar, I don't know if they're actually going to do this or if it was in the talks where they were saying they were going to create artificial clouds up there, um, you know, to for the heat. but then they decided to just do it in winter. Major water cutbacks loom as shrinking Colorado River nears moment of reckoning. We said this months ago that in California, 11 of the 12 largest reservoirs are below their historic shortage record. So things are like critical, and they've been critical for a long time. They've been like red alert critical. Like you might run out of water, in a couple months, in a couple years. I mean, man, people are just so used to everything always being there and things always working, and a stable life, stable economy. People have no idea how good they have it here. And now everything's crashing down because basically America turned away from God and embraced, all this self worship and all this transgender story time and shit. Must see. Mortician finds massive hand-sized clots in cadavers after vax release. And that's actually a pretty big story. The stuff they're finding in these. Look at this. Let me actually show this here. The stuff they're finding in these the V that they insert in your arm. The word we can't say or we'll get banned, but I'm gonna type it on the screen here. That word right there. This is what they're finding inside those words right there. And man, it's just hard because like you try to share info and say, hey, this is what I think about all the weird crap that's going on. And what happens is that now you can't even grow enough to tell people, this is what's going on, because they'll just delete you, so you don't even get a chance. But let me play part of this here.
You're pushing embalming fluid into the vascular system, and then in many cases, as you said, these clot structures are just coming out on their own.
Check this out.
Yes, and some, when the twist clogs out, because some of these get really large, then we have to go in and try to manually pull them or help them out, so that way the blood continues to flow and the preservative can be added to the body. Before the vaccines came out, these mRNA vaccines, have you ever seen these kinds of clot structures that we are now finding very frequently? No. I did notice an increase in blood clotting during the peak of the COVID stuff. However, after the vaccine rolled out, and I'm estimating and guessing on exactly when I started to, kind of put my finger on it.
They're finding these, the blood clots. I don't know what it is, but these things seem to like start building up. Like they start. It's not like alive, but it's like smart bio material that starts connecting together and building up. And what is it building? I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to be some alien thing. That's not what I'm saying. But I mean, why would you be worried? Why would you be okay with this? Why have we just gone so passive, and and people have just been so what's it called? People would just do anything they're told to do by the government. It's like people don't even question things anymore. People have just become so conditioned to follow orders. And this goes back to like the education system. Because it was on record, you had all these big millionaires like Rockefellers and Ford giving all this money to the schools, and then saying, "Oh, well, since we're giving money, do you mind if we have a person on the board, to on this organization so we can see how the money's administered?" And then they basically end up putting in all these conditioning tactics. Like the reason why there's that bell at the end of your class is because they want to condition people. When you hear that bell, you move on or you go back from break, just like at the factory. A lot of those things, and I mean, that's go look it up yourself, but that was a real thing. Um, are you surprised that like rich, super rich, smart, billionaire, generational wealth, all these people, tend to have a plan and want to keep everybody else down? Or maybe not just that, but are you surprised that these people look down on the general population? I mean, I'm not saying that all smart people look down on others, but man, it's just, and I'm not even saying I'm the smartest person in the world, but like at a certain point, once you get like smarter, certain people are just like, they're just kind of like, they've done studies on this too, where people just can't have friends that are below 30 or more than 30 IQ points from them, because there's just like a disconnect. There's just totally different, I guess, worlds you're in. You can't even have a proper conversation. Um, let me go back to some of these headlines. So here you have Obama, and he's got Obama has a new 2,500 gallon commercial grade propane tank in his Martha's Vineyard estate, the house that he paid like $14 million for, and it's right next to the ocean. Even though he's telling you that you need to be taxed more because uh, global warming is coming and all the coastal areas are going to flood. But it's okay when he does it because he's Obama, and he has the Antichrist spirit, and he was sleeping with old white guys in high school for money and cocaine. That's the word, man. That's what his classmates are saying. Go look it up. Decide what side you're on right now. Go to Decide What Side on Rumble. Subscribe. Leave a comment on one of the videos. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Stop being lazy. Go get yourself a Rumble account and subscribe. Also go, I guess you could go on YouTube, but man, it's just that YouTube, we stopped using that for a while because like you couldn't even do anything. They would ban you so quick. And then of course when they give you a strike then you can't stream, so go to Rumble. I have to grow the Rumble account. We will get there somehow, even though I know there's 0 people watching this live right now, but we will be getting there. And by getting there, I mean we will fulfill the mission. Decide What Side was not an accident. Okay. Yeah, so Obama knows there's shortages coming. He knows there's energy blackouts coming. That's the thing we were saying was going to come next, is they're going to cut your power off and tell you that it's your fault because you're consuming too much, even though this is the dude with the $14 million house. So all the rich people that are in the know, all the elites, of course Obama knows what's coming. I'm not even saying he's the one at the top running things. I'm pretty sure he's not. At the end of the day, it's not humans running things. Okay. We've got all these fallen angels and demonic entities out here, and they pretend to be aliens, and yeah, they're setting you up for a fake alien invasion. Obama knows that there will be energy blackouts. That That's what we're trying to tell you. All the rich billionaires, they've been preparing for this. They know what's coming here. Like I showed you last time. The billionaires know what's coming here. You know, and they're counting on everybody else to just, die, and then they're gonna come out from the bunkers and I guess repopulate the world with their seed. That's actually what Jeffrey Epstein is. That some of the people that knew him said that was part of his plans, was that he believed there was going to be a big cataclysm, catastrophe that was going to hit the world, and he was actually working on making these clones of himself that could repopulate the earth. And he had a ranch in New Mexico where he would, I guess that's where he was like trying to set some of that up. And he was friends with Bill Gates, and he had an office in Harvard. And you think Bill Gates, uh, you know, doesn't have those kind of plans as well? This is what we've been saying. There's a group of super wealthy, I guess you could say a lot of them are very smart, of course. Then you got your Hillarys. uh, these people are set on killing the rest of you and setting up basically Elysium for themselves. Go look at the movie Elysium. Everybody stays in the earth. It's dirty. It's polluted. They got cholo gangs everywhere. Like, for some reason, only the cholo gang survived. But yeah, and it's polluted, and they're over here in a freaking spaceship orbiting the Earth with all this healthy organic food being grown and high tech life extension technology, and you're all gonna die. I mean, they keep putting this out in movies, but for some reason, like, we just can't wake people up. It's just so crazy. Life is so weird. Because you would think, if there's a billionaire making all these, if there's all these evil people and they keep making movies, that maybe people will start to piece things together. But like, they get away with this maybe because they put it in your face, and on one hand, there's that everybody already knows cliche, the metaphysical rule, where you got to tell them you're going to do something before you do it. And on one hand, it's because they think it makes it more like powerful, like it triples the energy or whatever. But that's what's really happening. Joe Biden is not running shit. If you think Joe Biden is the president, then you're already dead. But that's why we have this stream right here. Let's try to save as many of you as possible that want to be saved. Although I know not a lot of you want to. A lot of people want Drag Queen Story Time to be the national anthem. I know that's not a song, but you know what I mean. Things are very close to collapse when, you let pedophiles pretty much do whatever they want. I mean, do I need to show you the videos of these transgenders in the street naked, dancing in front of kids, twerking? I mean, it's just, man, I used to say, man, freaking white people are out of control, man. But now, even in Mexico, they've got fucking rainbow flags in the fucking main plaza in the downtown. And I know most Mexicans do not agree with that at all. And I'm also not saying we need to go hunt all these people down and burn them. That's definitely not what I'm saying. I mean, we should definitely still love our brothers and sisters. But there's a whole different issue in like loving your neighbor and letting your neighbor give 5-year-olds lap dances. You know what I'm saying? And that is not okay. And I can't believe we even have to like come out and make these videos saying, hey, it's not good for you to tell kids that, you know, you like to stick your dingling in, you know what I mean? Why do we have to bring this topic up to 4-year-olds? It's because we're dealing with like evil that is beyond evil. You know, when you think about the devil is not about hot women, you know, and feeling good and partying. It's about dark, dark stuff, you know, having uh, you know, human sacrifice, cannibalism, uh, killing kids, child sacrifice, you know, sex with children. Just look at Biden. I mean, he does this literally all day. We've got like hours of video where he's like touching on little girls, and I mean, you tell me that's normal, you will get knocked out. Because I mean, it's just not. I thought it was common sense, but apparently, you know, but that's what these people are into. We're dealing with super hardcore evil, and I don't have time to like spoon feed it to people. The economy's already crashing. The gasoline's already freaking $5 almost here in Texas. You know, the food is running out. There's blackouts on the way. The water is drying up also. And we just need people to start, you know, waking up and getting things together, because there's not a lot of time left. And I'm not even saying we're going to turn things around, but I'm saying there's just not a lot of time left, period, to live, even for many people. This is a depopulation plan. You know, first they hit you with the soft kill weapons for what, 80, 70 years post World War II, with the fluoride in the water, with the pesticides, with the GMOs, you know, with the plastics, with you know, who knows, chemtrails, whatever they've been spraying all these years. Uh, you know, who knows, 5G, whatever crap they've got beamed at us. And now that people have gone so dumb and stupid to go along with the destruction, now they're just going to kill everybody. You know, they finally got you where they want you. Now that we've reached the end of the financial cycle, you know, this is the end of the road. All fiat currencies eventually crash. The dollar is a fiat currency backed by nothing. It's literally just paper being printed, and other countries are starting to wise up. And if you look at what the Christian prophecy says, when the US starts selling, or when they start selling petroleum and something other than oil, that's when the dollar is going to crash. You know, and I'm not trying to scare people. Well, in a way, yes, I am trying to scare people into taking action and, you know, clean up your life, get right with God, um, be strong, be fearless, you know, embrace your destiny, because you were put here for a reason by God at this specific time, at that specific place that you're at. I don't know what that great mission is, but everybody has one. And this is the most interesting, colorful time in the history of the world. I'm not saying it's all going to be fun and games, you know, but there's going to be a lot of big things happening, and you're going to see good and evil come to the surface, and you're going to see all these things happen. There's going to be a lot of evil in the world. You're going to see crazy things that you thought were only in Hollywood movies. You're going to see that come to life. You know, you're going to see the dollar go down. You're going to see the big earthquakes crack the world open. You're going to see the euro crash. You're going to see the oil being discovered in Israel. There's some big changes happening. Some big changes coming here to the world. Okay, let me let me drink some coffee. And all right, so yeah, check out this article. Oh, oh, But that's the big thing that's coming is the power blackouts. They're definitely gonna go after that, and that's gonna be a bigger deal now. And I think the reason why they just don't care, like you don't see Biden really doing anything to reverse the bad image he's gone. You don't see him, doing anything to expand drilling for new oil. You don't see him doing anything, like working to get the Keystone Pipeline back on, because those would be real solutions, and that's just not the game they're playing right now. The game they're playing right now is collapse the economy. Oh, there's an election coming. Oh, we'll just steal like the last one. You thought they were going to steal the election one time? Shit. I mean, they're not looking for real solutions. They're looking to go out in front of the camera, lie to you, you know, and keep the idiots fooled as long as they can. And meanwhile, the dollar's going to keep going down. Your food prices are going to keep going up. Unemployment's going to start going up. But let me get to this other thing here. This is a big part of the technocracy goals for America. Amazon to begin Prime Air drone delivery in first city. And you're like, oh, but Chris, that's so cool. A drone delivering the packages. It could get here faster. You can cut through traffic. And I'm like, man, listen. These drones are going to replace all those workers they were paying minimum wage. I know. I mean, you're going to say they're paying the minimum wage. Yeah, but now you're not going to get any money at all. And well, actually, you know what happens after this is the government's going to start giving out what's called universal basic income checks, and that's the whole plan, is to make you fat, useless, and basically domesticate you 100% before they kill you. Because why would we have you alive if all we're doing is giving you universal basic income and you're not producing anything? They're gonna replace humanity with robots and drones and AI, and they write books about this. Go read Klaus Schwab's Fourth Industrial Revolution. I mean, they admit that bringing in the AI revolution is basically going to make a lot of people obsolete, because there's going to be no dang job. What the hell are you going to work on? We got a robot that can do your job 20 times faster, and he doesn't have to go to break, and we don't have to tell him to get off his phone and stop looking at things on Twitter and shit. They don't have to worry about the AI drone smoking weed during break. And they're looking to replace all of you. That's why it's crazy that a lot of people are literally going along with their own destruction. But they're looking to replace everybody real soon, man. And I need to ring the alarm. We need to know where things are really headed. Because like I said, we were talking about rising food prices. We were talking about rising gasoline, energy, the water shortages. We were talking about that for years. And now you're starting to see it come to pass, and it's not so funny anymore. And this is just the beginning, pretty much. I'm telling you right now, when the dollar crashes, it's not going to crash like, it's not going to be like, oh, it goes down this week. it's gonna be bam 30%. It's gonna be 30% from the get go. When shit gets real, it's gonna get real fast. Things are gonna happen fast. It's not gonna be something that you're gonna be able to see coming. Well, actually, this is the moment where you can see it coming. This is the moment to act. It's not gonna be like you're gonna have a 3-year window to see. Actually, I guess this was a 3-year window. I don't know when it's gonna go down, and I'm not even trying to set a number like saying it's gonna be this year, but man, all I'm saying is like the people that have been right about this all along have been like the Christian groups. Alex Jones, a Christian dude. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he's I'm not saying he's a nun or anything, but he was, one of the few ringing the alarm against the New World Order and all this stuff. And if you look at like John Paul Jackson, God still has prophets out here. I know people don't like to hear that. I know a lot of you are going to shut this down because I said God still has prophets out there, and you were the one that will be deceived and the first one crying when there's no more food at Kroger, because we've known what's been coming, and when these things start happening, this is going to shine a light on all the other Christian prophecies and show you, this is the truth. This is what's really going on. We've known about this stuff for 2,000 years or so. Some stuff goes even way back, but America is Babylon the Great. And the Revelation does talk about Babylon's destruction, So this is it. You are seeing the great harlot being ripped to shreds while all the world's kings and merchants, watch and cry. So, let me get to this other thing. I was on the topic of John Paul Jackson. So one of the things he saw was that Russia was going to go into Ukraine, and that Russia was going to start pressuring all the other satellite former Soviet countries into joining joining Russia and forming some new type of new Russian Slavic superpower. And I'm not saying it's going to be called the USSR, but basically Putin wants to resurrect the Great Russia. And, he also said that they were going to pressure Poland, or they would say, you have to join us, or, we'll shut you off. And he said it was going to happen at a time when gasoline was expensive. And I don't know, that's already, in a way, they were already being threatened by Russia, but it's just crazy where we're headed. And you can see all these things, all these things starting to connect together. As you know, one of the other things he said was there was going to be two pandemics. He said the first one's not going to be that serious. The second one will be. But the problem is that when it first pops up, it's not going to be taken seriously because the first one was such a, it was mostly fear. Let's be serious here. Let's be honest. The first one was not a danger. Most people that died already had like 2-3 comorbidities, and were very overweight. Mostly super old people dying that were already sick. But the second one he said was going to look like smallpox or chickenpox with the white sores, and that one was going to be devastating. Now, we already see monkeypox starting to go around, and that was what, just a few weeks ago, and now it's in more than 15 countries. So a lot of things are starting to take shape now, and it lines up with what the prophetic voices have been saying. Yeah, let me see what else we have here. Silicon Valley wealthy have become super doomsday preppers. Yeah, because see, they've all been let in on the plan. So what you need to do is you need to go out there and get as much food as you can, preferably non-perishable food, or well, yeah, non-perishable food. And inflation is not even 10%. People, we know they use bullshit uh, methods to crunch the numbers. We know it's more like, I don't know, at least 20%. Uh, you need to get, if you like electricity, you need to figure something else out, because prices are going to get so insane, and they're just going to cut things out. And uh, this is the moment, while the dollar is still somewhat, I mean, I guess we still pretty much have a stable economy compared to what's coming. So you might want to get the shit you need now. It's better to be a year early than a day late. And a lot of people were told about this moment that we're in now, and they said, "Nah, it'll never get that bad," or I just fill my car up with gasoline because I need it for work anyway. It's gonna come down eventually. And look at where we're at now. Let me see here. Yeah, I guess that's all. I guess that's all for today. But check out the Side with Side. Do subscribe. Do leave a comment. And man, I guess I will make another video. There will be more content coming, covering, I guess, a full spectrum analysis. And some people have requested non-scary subjects. So, Rumble, Side with Side, YouTube, Blessings 777. Go check it out. And I guess we'll see each other.